See you there.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Welcome in to We Talk Facts with 9-year NBA veteran and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland and 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion Clester Johnson. Talking and taking names in sports and day-to-day living. Sit back, relax, and join the show with 9-year NBA vet and Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer Erick Strickland. And 2-time Nebraska Football National Champion, Clester Johnson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And yes, sir. You know what it is. It's WTF, We Talk Facts. E-Strick is in the building. Harrison Arms is chicken on the ones and twos. And my boy, Sebo, brought a guest with him, my nephew, Kate.com. What? He showed up in the house today. Kate.com. Kate Johnson is joining us on WTF We Talk Facts today. We've got a great show for you guys. It is going to be a great show because it's great discussions. And I love the discussions because It's going to allow you to get involved. If you want to get involved in the discussion, you can tap in 402-464-5685 on the Sauter Heyman text line. And if you're joining us by stream, whether it be by Facebook, YouTube, X, or Twitch, you can also tap into the discussion. We appreciate you guys for joining us today. 6 to 7, we're back today because there is no Supernova. Supernovas are going to the finals. Shout out to them. Got it done on last night. They will be playing at 3 o'clock on Saturday at CHI. Shout out to them. We're going to be, all our shows from 10 to 2 will be at the Capitol, the Capitol area. I don't know. What do they call it? The Capitol. The Capitol. We're going to be at the Capitol. We're going to be there celebrating. Come out there, say hello, say what's up. WTF. Clester Johnson, how are you today, my friend?
My friend, I'm just happy to be back. We have to sometimes take these weeks off due to the fact that the ladies are performing. Again, props to them for making it to the championship. But, I'm happy to be here on this Thirsty Thursdays. I get to partake.
You get to part. I see you got a little cup.
That's right. But I want to be responsible because I am going to be driving. And I'm happy to have my man K.com here.
K.com.
Now that he's
Who gave him that nickname?
Uncle Straight.
Uncle Straight. K.com. Yes, sir.
We can have these discussions now that he's of age.
Yeah.
He now has his own opinion. He thinks he knows it all. The reason why he has that name .com, because he has a lot of information downloaded in that little brain.
Yeah. Bellevue West Finest.
But I want to turn it over and
K,
let him do
what's up, man? Talk to your boy.
I'm just blessed to be back. This is an amazing opportunity. I watch you guys' show like every week. So this is like I'm always typing in the little see if you guys see my comments or not. But no, this is awesome. And then it's just basement conversations. Just
that's what it is.
Bring it to the radio. So
basement, barbershop, whatever. It's all there.
All I want to say to Kate is loosen up your anal cavity. Don't be talking all shy, because this is not how he talks to me.
WTF,
He did all nice right here on the radio. That's not what he does.
This is me.
Not here at
Naked and not
WTF.
ashamed.
This is me.
Naked and not ashamed. So listen, we got a tremendous show for you. We're going to start it off by jumping into how the portal. I mean, we talk about the transfer portal. We come in different angles about the transfer portal. I think this is a tremendous angle to approach because we're starting to get enough data. We're starting to get enough information. We're starting to see enough stories, situations, and circumstances in order to delve into this conversation a little bit deeper. But we want to talk about who is being affected more. Is it the basketball side of things? Or is it the football side of things? We see the numbers are skyrocketing each year. I mean, they're going up by 500s to thousands of more jumping into the transfer portal. But when you look at the high school players, there's been an effect. And that effect started not just by the portal, not just by NIL, but especially the portal, but it actually started around COVID. Because we saw what COVID did to a lot of players in that it hurt some players, and I think personally it broadened as far as the competitive aspects of the game, especially in basketball, because what it did, it allowed some of those 4 and 5 stars to not necessarily go to your traditional. They didn't necessarily go to your Louisvilles and go to your Kentuckys or go to your UCLAs, your big name programs. They were able to go to some of these mid-major, some of these smaller programs and really build up their base. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. First and foremost, initially, who do you think it affects more, basketball or football?
I'm definitely, initially, I was thinking football from a development and a patience, a growing camaraderie, allowing players to grow in the program. Right now, I see it affecting basketball more. Most
Talk
definitely.
to me.
Just based on the numbers. And this year I got to see it bigger, even bigger. Like a team like Tennessee, they bring in one of those good mid-major players who come in and become the player of the year in the conference.
Out of this portal.
Out of the portal.
Right.
And now other coaches are looking at that like, wait a minute, I need to go. I can pillage the mid-majors and get a good 24, 25-point scorer.
Creighton did the same thing with Baylor Shireman.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And he's gonna
he totally changed the narrative.
Exactly. Through the roof.
Yeah.
So what happens to a good high schooler coming out? Like, they're looking at the portal first. Like, we can get some Vinny microwave ovens right now.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who can come in right now and give me, 14, 15 points right now, who know the college game. And again,
I've got some data on them.
Based on the
some
numbers,
data on the competition.
Based on the numbers,
mm-hmm.
I mean, if you bring in 3 or 4 portal players, you ain't looking at high school right now.
Facts.
You're just not.
Exactly.
That I think overall it's gonna hurt the high schoolers.
So let me come with it, but I'm gonna throw this. When you think about how the portal, because we live in a microwave generation. Yeah. We want to go down to McDonald's and get the quick, fast, and hurry, the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I didn't even talk about the money. I didn't even talk about the money, but go ahead.
We want it right now.
Right now.
We need, look, coaches are put in a position, K.com, where I need this win now.
Exactly.
I don't got time to wait for 2-3 years. Talk to me about it.
It's just the world that we live in. I mean, you got Duke starting point guard. He's Roach. He's coming back for his senior year next year. I mean, he's in the portal for a day before he commits to Baylor. Like, they're talking about they offered him $1 million. Like, so it honestly,
so you saying people bouncing for the paper?
I mean, but honestly, you can't get mad at that because for some of these guys, like, great, they could be great college players, but their game might not pan out as long in the NBA as they do in college. So, like, for me, I mean, I want to get as much money. Like, this can really benefit like a Ryan Kalkbrenner, where it's like, okay, like, there's a lot of dominant big man in the league, and like
what Hunter Dickinson did, jumping from Michigan to Kansas, get the paper trail.
And
why wouldn't he leave Creighton?
Because their games aren't as versatile as the big guy you see in the NBA nowadays with like the Joel Embiids and the Jokic's and stuff like that. So like,
he might not even go in the first round.
Exactly. And he can sit in Creighton and he's on track to be the 4-time defensive player of the year in the Big East. So like, why wouldn't you come back to that? Be in Omaha, great city, a fan base that supports you. And then, I mean, I'm keeping up with my guy Chuck's team in Louisville, and they've got a lot of good portal pickups. And like, that's a coach who's trying to rebuild right now because Louisville has really fell off. So like, they need guys like that. And so I really
not now, but right now. And it really affects like the small mid majors, because it's like,
that's a fact.
I went to South Dakota State. You got these guys that are coming in, and I mean, they lost William Kyle this year, and then Zeke Mayo went to Kansas too. So it's like, I mean, it's the wild, wild west out here.
Real talk. I'm going to ask you this question, especially coming from, because you made the leap. There was other outlying circumstances that caused you to make the leap you made, because you could have been one of them that got that paperwork.
Man, me and my dad, we say this all the time.
You could have been one of them.
We were 1 year.
You 1
year early.
So yeah, so walk me through how you made the decision to forego what was laying ahead of you potentially to make the jump and go ahead and strive to take it to the next level.
Honestly, it was the whole Senior Bowl thing, because like, if the Senior Bowl never came, I think that
they might not even have the Senior Bowl.
Exactly. So I think I for sure would have went to a bigger school and just like got to experience that and be, because I really technically had 2 years of eligibility left, and I could have played those 2 years elsewhere. But I mean, the good Lord brought me to where He brought me. So I mean, I don't like to think like that, but it for sure definitely played a big part in the decision. And yeah, it might have been way different, but with given COVID and everything, like, you just didn't know what was going to happen the next month, let alone what was going on the next year. So
I want to let him in, but you got something else real quick you want to tap? Because I want to see what Harrison has to think. Just an outside.
I was just going to say, everything happens for a reason. And one of the things that I didn't throw out there was the money. The money has also become a huge factor. And like Cade said, if you can go get,
Jordan Addison, for example.
If you can go get 300,000-400,000,
100,000, 3-4 million.
I'm just saying.
For some,
realistically, if you can go get 200,000-300,000, I've seen what that did for a friend of mine who was at Nebraska back when we left '95. My brother Steve Ott got Coca-Cola stock from his grandfather. He got it passed to him when he graduated college. He had to graduate college to get the stock. And his grandfather gave him that stock when he was a baby and just let it grow all through his life and said, hey, when you graduate, you get it. And I want to say, I don't want to be pocket watching, but I know it was a significant amount that has allowed him to now own a huge corporation.
Yeah.
And if you're smart, you get that kind of money. You have to know how to, double it, triple it.
Yeah, it's that part. It's like, I hope the people that are giving out the money get the right intentions. Not just go win football games, but let's make sure we set you up and you got the financial security to figure it out. But it is a problem for the mid-majors, like Cade was saying. Like, that's what I was thinking of. And we're getting a lot of tampering now, too, in college football. So not only are you got NIL problems, you also got tampering going on, offering people in the middle of seasons. So it's just like nonstop. For those mid-majors, Nebraska, it's tough. It happens to us with tampering. We can still kind of deal with it because we got the facilities, we got the money. You're a mid-major, Georgia Southern, like, good luck. Like, it's just not in your favor.
That's what I want to talk about, because a good friend of mine is Chris Crutchfield, who is the coach at Omaha, University of Omaha. And being that he's in that same position, because you played at South Dakota State, now you've seen players, you've seen Frankie Fiddlers,
Yep.
You've seen them come in. They were overlooked early, so bless them for being able to make it happen. But it's those programs like Omaha, like North Dakota, that has developed them to become who they are. And what is a coach to do today? Like if you're a mid-major coach, what is your aspiration? Like, I get it, because mid-major coaches, if you're successful, you have the opportunity to make the leap, the jump, to get the paydays, to get to the Power Fives, the Power Sixes, or whatever the case may be. You have the ability to do that. But what about those mid-majors that are coming in and are developing this young talent?
I know
and
exactly.
then all of a sudden they bounce off.
I think it's just going to be a better version of a JUCO. Like this is a JUCO.
So JUCO ain't JUCO no more. This is
exactly. This is what JUCO really is. Like, we can get you at a small college, and just with the whole rules that came out that said, like, you can transfer once with no penalty and just get on out. Like, I mean, it's like I said, it's the Wild Wild West. You can just go and do it.
What I think is going to start happening is these smaller colleges, these mid-majors, are going to start having allies to the bigger colleges, where
they become a form of a G League or
correct.
Money talks though.
They're going to be
money
like,
talks.
Let's just say Iowa Western. Coach Stroh probably has relationships, I'm going to say, with Houston, because quite a few of his players go to Houston. Now, I'm not saying that he gets paid, but he might.
We're not saying, but we might be saying. We're not saying, but it makes you say,
So, listen, it all comes down to the mighty dollar. At the end of the day, it's about who's going to pay and who's going to secure, who's going to secure your future a little bit more.
Okay, let's quick talk about that. Here's the thing that I think we've missed in this whole process that I think they need more of. I think college campuses across the board needs to implement some form of financial literacy. How to navigate, because listen, I was blessed because I played professional baseball. So I had a little bit of money, but I had a good dad too, like you do. You know what I'm saying? That was able to help oversee and to position myself, for down the road activity. Some people don't.
See, that's the thing too, is like, I just remember my first year, my dad and mom would always be like, hey, taxes come, this comes, let's invest this money. So I just because college, they don't have classes.
They don't give you that.
They don't have class like that that teaches you. So they need to have more advanced programs when it comes to the NIL. Because when you're handing out a lump sum of cash to an 18-year-old, I'm gonna go get a nice car. I want to get some clothes like this, but like realistically, put it away.
Right.
Invest. Like,
because here's the thing, right? You don't know if it's going to go beyond that.
Exactly.
And so at the same time, you want to make sure there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But sometimes the difficulty is families, that's their out. So this is the dynamic that you're having now, and why it's so crazy in the landscape of AAU and the landscape of 7-on-7, and why people like your boy, what's his name, that played for Talib, what's his name? Not Talib Kweli. What's his name?
You got to give me more context.
The cornerback. Remember how they was out there fighting and ended up getting shot. So this is how crazy it gets.
Akeem Talib. Yeah.
This is how crazy.
Talib Kweli is a rapper.
But you know what I'm saying?
You got Akeem Talib and Talib Kweli.
But it's crazy. Talk to me, because
here's the thing.
Something that's wild out here that we don't talk about.
To me, the issue is this. It all comes back to this. If you come from nothing, unfortunately, you come into this huge sum of money, and instantly you start thinking about all the wonderful things you've never had. You got to have discipline at that moment in time, because it's tough. It's just really, really tough to see that you have this money and you can say to yourself, I can do anything I want to. And your impulses and your wants sometimes overtake the desire for you to say, you got this dude on your shoulder going, buy it. And you got this dude on your shoulder going, you need to save it. It ain't gonna be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
This dude sometimes is just a little stronger, just because a lot of times you have friends, you have family members, you have hangers on. You got, listen, you should invest in this. You should do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just break me off a little some of this right here. And you want to be a nice guy. You want to be a guy who, I haven't sold out. I'm still a man of the people. That's why I listened to Charles Barkley talk about how he had to put his foot down, because he had, he comes from a small town, Leeds, Alabama, and he had just had a line of people just constantly asking him for money.
Think about Mikey Mitchell or Mikey Williams.
Okay, yeah.
Not even in college, prior to, he living in his own house.
Yeah.
And ended up with the city. This is the part that I'm talking about. Like, it creates another level of Samson syndrome, is what I call it. Meaning, you have, sometimes when you have it before it gets too late, you have that mentality that you're untouchable. And you can do anything you want to do, and there's no consequence because you got paper.
Ultimately, if you look at LeBron, he's the model. He's the model. You got to have people around you who are solid, that are not yes men, who can say, yo, listen, we don't need to do that. Like, we don't need to do that. Just hold tight, hold on to it, be patient, because on down the road, you ain't going to want these things. So it's just about you got to have the right people around. That's where it starts. Yeah. You got to have somebody you can say no.
Right. One last thing for you before we go to break. What your dad just said is so important, because what I advise young players, when I get the chance to speak to them, whether it be in college or the next level, you're there now. Dang near don't touch your first check. Like live as if you don't have it. Live nice, enjoy yourself, but live as if you don't have it, because that's going to set you up for the next. When you have the next one, then you could do a little bit more, maybe explore a little bit more, invest a little bit more, but you want to strive for the second one. Tell us about your thought process on that, being someone that this has now happened to.
Yeah, no, I agree. That money, I mean, it's there, and it's a good feeling, because you look at your bank account, especially coming from a walk-on in college, and you're not really getting.
Paul, what was that check like? Because I remember when I got my first one, I was looking at that thing like, dang, 150,000.
Listen, we are not pocket watching on air. We're not gonna do that here.
No, I'm not telling him.
No,
I'm saying, what was it like when you saw it?
It was amazing. I had thought I made it, and like I said, like, just going on throughout the year, you get this lump sum of money, and it comes.
Pocket watching with E Strick.
I ain't call out that's my money. I said when I saw that 150, 200 in 2 weeks,
Hey,
I was like, God,
yeah.
it hurt when I went to New York.
Yeah.
When I went to New York that day, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
I mean, I try not to get away from that, but like I said, it's the people around you, just like my dad said. And my mom is like, she's very strict about her money as well. And she always told me, like, hey, down the road, like, we can do this for as long as we want, but like the money's not always going to be there. So like when you're making that type of money, it's good to, like, my dad hooked me up with some rental properties and just getting like other revenues of income and just finding, was able to buy my first house this off season and just like investments and things like that. So like, again, and it was really hard for me too, cause you got guys all around the locker room who are like, they're coming in with Louis V bags and all this stuff, and you just got to stay grounded. Like,
facts.
So that's another thing about the college kids is, they're all getting the NIL money. So I'm hoping that it's not like
don't live for the Joneses.
Before we go to air, the only thing I don't want Cade to do, if you stand up, Eric is gonna tap tap your pockets.
What you got on my 40, homie? What you got on my 40?
I'm just joking.
We're going to take a quick break. WTF, we talk back. Stay with us. We're going to come back. We're going to talk
what
about
you got on my 40, homie.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mainly sunny skies and some light winds with an afternoon high around 78. Tonight, expecting mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 54. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return, a little warmer with a high around 84. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For over 15 years, Integrated Life Choices has empowered individuals with disabilities in Lincoln and throughout Nebraska. They provide comprehensive services from group homes and independent living services to job training, ensuring fulfilling lives for those that they serve. Now, they're inviting you to join their mission. If you're passionate about making a difference in the lives of people with developmental disabilities, explore rewarding career opportunities with them. Learn more about their services and apply today at www.ilc.net. Be a part of Integrated Life Choices, where your work truly changes lives.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite MLB teams this spring and summer, as well as Nebraska baseball. Enjoy Tanner's delicious hamburgers, chicken lips, and daily specials, and wash it down with one of their tons of options of beers. You'll never have an issue finding the game, as there are TVs everywhere throughout the space. So get in early and grab your spot and settle in for an afternoon or evening of baseball at Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill. Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961. Soulful Casino in Havelock is a family-owned business, providing incredible food and service that'll have you craving more with every bite. Soulful Casino offers everything from pulled pork to fried chicken, catfish, ribs, and even quesadillas. You want sides? They've got them. From fries, green beans and baked beans, to collard greens, potato salad, and sweet dill corn. Stop by for lunch, as they have specials Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 2 p.m. That's Soulful Casino, located in Havelock, where every bite you take fills the soul.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Here we go. We back. WTF, We Talk Facts. Thank you for joining us for this night segment, 6 or 7. Cuz Supernovas are in the finals. They're not on tonight. We are on, and we should be on going forward. So we appreciate you guys for tapping in on the segment tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about the WNBA. It's controversial to some, but to others it's not. And here's my take. We're talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, two that created the rivalry, obviously, out of the LSU and the Iowa national championship, where ultimately Angel Reese and LSU ended up winning. They ended up facing off again. The viewership goes through the freaking roof. And now they've made their debut. Now, my personal thought, and this is what I'm gonna lay out, and I want to hear yours as well. One of the things I understand is there's something called the wall. I'm gonna say that again. There's something called the wall. Normally, it doesn't happen until usually maybe a rookie who's gotten a lot of minutes throughout the season, or normally it doesn't happen to your sophomore year where you've gone through a summer and now it's picked up on you. But see, the difference between the WNBA and the NBA is that you don't really have that time off. In the WNBA, you literally go right back into it. These ladies have not been used to playing at this level, but the level not only is not the level they played on, it goes to a whole nother level. So at the NCAA, where they've come from, usually most teams outside of the best, like your South Carolinas and your LSUs, and so normally you might have 3-4 players that are like that.
Connecticut.
You might have 3 or 4
South
that are
Carolina.
like that, and then the rest of them are moderate. So if you're a player like Caitlin Clark or you're a player like it, you're not always facing the level every night that's going to be able to test you and push you. And on top of that, you've already played 30 games. Now you're back into the mix of training camp. without any rest. So for me, the debuts don't really tell the story. They're just basically telling me that sometimes their body, their mentals are not fully there, because the debut for Caitlin Clark, 20 points, but she broke a record. Not in a good way, but a record for 10 turnovers in a game. That's something. And then Angel Reese, moderate, 12 points, 8 rebounds, something like that. Mm-hmm. So what's your initial take on it as far as controversy? Because the viewerships were solid. The ticket sales were off the chain, but we've now looked into the second. Those ticket sales have went like Pac-Man.
To me,
what's up?
Here's where the women's team is winning. Here's where they're winning.
You mean the WNBA as a whole?
No, listen, just hear me out. Here's
I want to understand their individual teams.
I'm about to explain it. Here's where the women's teams are winning. In college, these girls are staying 2, 3, 4 years. They're building up a fan base. Okay, that's how the men's teams used to be. Now these guys that are coming from college to the pros, we have no clue who these guys are, right? Until they start getting better in the NBA. So what's happening to the women? Here's the positives. We saw this rivalry in college, LSU, Iowa. We've seen South Carolina, and all those girls have now moved into the pro game, which has moved viewerships to the pro game to watch and see how they continue to develop and have these rivalries with each other. So right now, the controversy is we know that Caitlin Clark has really exploded viewership, not only from just a woman's perspective, but I mean, I was tuning. Listen, I never was watching women's games. I just wasn't. I had no interest, just because I just really had no connection. I had really no connection to it. Not that they are not very good at what they do, not that they're not very skillful. It's just I didn't have a connect. What was going to draw me to that game that the men didn't? They're dunking. It's fast flowing. It's alley-oops and all kind of, I'm seeing that in the men's game, and I know I'm not going to see that in the women's game, but we see this incredible player who have a whole state rally behind her. And then here's another thing, most of America, America is 60% Caucasian. And then the next group down, I think, is it black? Maybe 13%. And maybe Mexicans are right there. So you got a natural it's just going to be natural, because sometimes we can be very tribal. We're very tribal. We're going to watch what looks like us just naturally. That's just how it goes. There's no racism in that. It's just what it is.
So that would be like the NHL. Like if one of us showed up in the NHL and started doing the doggone thing, would it draw people to it? But because that's really how it is right now.
But
right?
Here's the difference there. How many black people are interested in the NHL?
Good point.
Now, Tiger Woods was overwhelmingly good, because I didn't feel that way about golf until he started playing. Like, you have to have a figure that's transcendent. And I really feel that she is.
Okay.
She is a transcendent type figure.
Okay.
Whether you
like it or not,
she just is. She made me want to watch the games.
Okay.
She made me, even for the attitude.
Yeah, I think she's a competitor.
Even for the, the competition part of it. I hear some people go, I don't like her attitude. But, listen, when you're a competitor, when you out there trying to take somebody's neck off, that's just how it is.
But see, then, okay, so then, right? Mm-hmm. I agree. Mm-hmm. I love Ant, Edwards, and the way that he comes at people, goes after their throat. I love that. Here's the thing. In some instances, and look, this is not my perspective.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm saying because I'm watching. Some people's perspective is she can be that, but Angel Reese can't. They're doing the same thing in their own different way, right? She's handling her business on the court. She's letting you know. She hit you with the the facial. And that's just competitive juices. But then if Angel Reese kind of does it, why is there a difference in the way that she's perceived with the same energy?
I would also say this too is Angel Reese, great. I think both of them are great players. Angel Reese has a little bit more of a presence on social media, and where she's tweeting like controversial things that could maybe rub some people the wrong way. I mean, as an athlete, like I love trash talk and stuff like that, but Angel Reese has been, front and center since the minute they won the national championship, and I think people are just waiting for her to kind of fall off. And she's against all of that. Like she prevails every time, and I feel like people don't give their flowers as much to Angel Reese as she deserves than Caitlin Clark because of her social media presence and the way that she carries herself off the court as to on.
Are you saying there's a double standard? Do you believe?
Well, I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. I'm saying there's pundits, and this is where I think the mistake is. I personally think athletes, and I'm not talking about specific to any sport. I'm saying athletes should take a Michael Jordan approach because Michael Jordan was considered controversial, but Michael Jordan said something that I actually believe in. He said, if you don't want to hurt your brand or you don't want to hurt the league, he said, I'm not necessarily fighting for a Democrat or a Republican. I'm paraphrasing. He said, Republicans buy tennis shoes too. So he plays the game and plays it at the high. So he's not jumping into any social, controversies because just being real. I think that's what hurt the NBA. We're going to talk about it on the next segment. I think that's personally what hurt the NBA. The minute you start taking stances on specific issues, you can literally alienate a portion of people. Casual fans don't like basketball now, I think, because of all of the players taking advantage of the rules. A lot of the flopping. You watch all-star games now, there's nobody playing any D. All of these different things kill. And your biggest advocates is casual fans. You're going to always have your hardcores.
Can I be the antithesis?
Get it.
So basically you're saying, and maybe you're not, shut up and dribble.
That's what ran through my head too.
Are you saying take a shut up and dribble?
Shut up and dribble. All right. Play the game.
Now, I going to respectfully disagree.
Okay.
Because I do believe that without some of these athletes who have a platform to talk about some of the things that might affect us as a society, without having some of these people, like a Muhammad Ali, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar back in the day, Jim Brown, some of these guys were considered quote unquote controversial, but I don't think that they thought of it that way. I think they thought of there's a bigger cause, there's a bigger cause to this life. But to me, when you do that, you got to stand on it. Unlike Colin Kaepernick, I think Colin Kaepernick didn't stand on what he was trying to do. So these athletes, and I think we kind of got off base a little bit with the Angel Reese. I'm not sure she was taking any political stance. I think for her, it was just more about I'm here. I'm going to be unapologetically who I am as a person. If you don't like it, too bad.
I don't think we said that with this situation. But I'm hearing you.
Not with this situation.
No.
But I do believe that you need to have your yings and yangs to the game. Unfortunately, there are some people who want the status quo. They want things to stay how they are. And if you do, to me, you don't have any growth, right? Without any pushback, you don't grow. I feel like you stay in the echo chamber and you just listen to people who sound like you. I don't think you grow like that. Now, can it go too far? Absolutely. Because there are some people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. right? There's some people that don't have no basis to their arguments. They don't have good foundation. They haven't done the research, because there's some controversial things that happen out there that people don't really know the research on, and they're just talking about their anecdotal experience. You have to know the broader perspective than just your perspective sometimes. So that's how I see it. I think Caitlin Clark overall is starting to bring more viewership to the WNBA. Kay was talking about how they are now starting to get their own planes. I think in the next few years, you're going to start to see salaries go up. I was looking at her salary for the first 3-4 years. I was like, dang. So this is a good thing for the ladies. And I really hope.
If you think about it, relatives, like almost 80,000 in 3 months, though, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it relative to, now obviously when you think about it in comparison,
right.
To
a lot of those the girls in the WNBA now they're making a lot of money from endorsements and stuff. Like Caitlin, she signed that $20 million contract with Nike, and I'm not pocket watching or anything, but
sure you are.
It sounds like you're pocket watching to me.
I think just with
pocket watching with Kay Johnson,
with the more viewership and stuff like that, it's giving them more revenues outside of the court, and I feel like the ladies are thriving off of that.
Well, we got to take a quick break. We'll come back, talk NBA viewership, because I think that's important, especially when you're dealing with LeBron James. Is Bronny James?
Is he ready?
He's ready.
Is he ready? But is it also a paper move on the behalf of those who take him? We're going to see. We'll come back and talk about it
Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Hey,
about
Husker fans, whether you're looking for some baseball gear, graduation gifts, or some new Husker apparel, Alumni Hall delivers your ultimate Husker shopping destination. Shop top brands like Adidas, Peter Millar, Columbia Golf, and more. Join the Alumni Hall Pass rewards, and for every $150 you spend, you'll earn $10 in reward bucks. Nebraska students and faculty and all military receive 10% off with every in-store purchase with ID. Come see us at Alumni Hall, P Street, South Point Pavilions, or alumnihall.com. Alumni Hall, it's where Huskers shop.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Special thanks to Platinum Partner Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, delivering dependable insurance coverage for your auto, farm, and home for over 130 years. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
What brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and some light winds with an afternoon high around 78. Tonight, expecting mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 54. And tomorrow, mainly sunny skies return, a little warmer with a high around 84. I'm meteorologist Kyle Cluck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
Southeast Community College invites you to check out our spaces ahead of your official campus visit. Our virtual campus tours let you see our campuses and learn more about our programs of study. Then you can schedule your individual visit in person or virtually. Virtual tours of our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, or Milford, and our learning centers are online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. On the Block with Strick and Austin.
It's, hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game. And because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
WTF, We Talk Facts. Last segment here, we're going to talk a little bit about NBA viewership. And listen, I really would like to have your thoughts on it. 402-464-5685. What is your thoughts about why the NBA viewership is down from the Jordan era, where it was roughly around 5.9 average per game versus 1.6 today?
And those are millions.
And they're fighting. They're fighting because they have a new CBA, not CBA, but they have a new TV rights deal that's approaching, and they're going to be asking for roughly $8-9 billion in this new deal.
I think more than that.
I mean, I'm just throwing the estimates out.
I think it's more than that.
But is it worth it? I mean, your viewership is garbo right now. Why do you think it is the case? Why do you think it's gone down? What has changed? If you're saying that the NBA is more skilled today, and I venture to say there are players out there that are telling you that there are skilled players, but it's not to the level that you say that it is, because Jokic is destroying every narrative about skill, because he's one of the most skilled big men that I've ever seen. And I'm not even going to front on that. Go ahead.
It's multi-layered to me. I think that you have a lot of foreign players. I think back in the day, you had a lot of American players going into the draft that you knew coming out of college. Just natural. You had a lot of Duke. You had UNLV. I mean, you just had players that you knew. And I think a lot of Americans don't necessarily connect unless they're on your team. You rooting for them, but it's not like everybody else, right? Then on top of it, I think you have other platforms that you're watching these games on, right? Nobody is just sitting at home watching games. I don't know if they can collect the data from your phones and other platforms that you can view it from. I'm assuming that they can, but not everybody. Nielsen can Nielsen see you watching the game from your phone? I don't know. Or are you watching it from the WNBA app?
It just all depends on what service you're
I wonder if they factor in all that in.
They do. It depends if you're using a service that's recognized through it, then that'll tally it up. That counts it.
I just think also, the interest level of America is just, I think, has changed. It's just there's a lot of people who, again, they've just kind of gone away. Even me, myself, like, I feel like I don't really watch the NBA just from an interest level. I don't really know the players as much.
Time is short.
I probably don't watch it until playoffs.
You got to see it too, because it's like, this is, I read the other day, I think this is the first playoffs where in the next round, it's not Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James. So it's a new day and age in the NBA with the young superstars coming up. And I feel like, okay, if you were to tell me tomorrow that viewership is down, however much is down, and LeBron is playing Steph, I don't think that would be the case. I think it's just the new day and age, the stars. See, like, I was talking to my boy the other day, and I was just like, I see the hype behind Luka, and I see the hype behind Jokic, but some of those guys' game is really hard to like watch sometimes, because it's just like, it's very slow and methodical and stuff like that. And I just feel like Steph, I mean, pulling up from 30 feet behind the 3-point line, like, you want to see that. LeBron in his 20th year, like, even Kobe against the big three in the Celtics, like, I feel like it's just a new day and age. I saw the teams left in the playoffs, and I was just like, it's crazy. It's just, I feel like it's just a brand new NBA.
Good point, because it's unfortunate we can't dig too deep in that, because we got to get up out of here. But lastly, I think you've touched something, and I think this is why I think the NBA, before we leave, has missed the mark, especially with USA Basketball, because this is when you want to highlight your new stars, your Anthony Edwards, your Jalen Brunsons. I know you gave them a chance in the World Championships, but now it's starting to transition into their moves, your Tatums. You got to promote them a little bit more.
Yeah.
You've got to figure out a way to raise up the bar for them. But it's unfortunate. We'll see. The NBA playoffs is still jumping off. Dallas up, shocking people right now. And the comeback. So there's some good storylines, but you don't hear these storylines.
Will Strick be in the building for any of the games if they make it to the finals?
Maybe Dallas. I like to go to that. But we're going to get up out of here right now. WTF We Talk Facts. We will see you next week. Thank you for hanging on with us. K.com joining us in the building. Maybe we'll get him back again.
Bronny James going first round.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.